The second video of tutorial 3 begins on page 176, and we're talking layout designs. A fixed layout is one in which the size of the page and the size of the page elements are fixed using pixels, usually using pixels as the unit of measure. So for instance, if a page width is set at 960 pixels and the width of the company logo is set to 780 pixels, these widths are set regardless of your screen size. So the problem with this could be if you set it too high, the screen resolution of the user's device can result in that page not fitting into the browser, and it can look really strange. On page 177 gives a picture of a fixed layout versus a fluid layout. A fluid layout sets the width of the page as a percent of the whole. So, for example, in the image on page 177, it shows a fixed layout, so the entire page is 1,280 pixels. Okay, and there's 3 columns, and they are all divided out. Under that fixed layout, it gives 3 examples of different screen resolutions, and basically, if it fits on there, the smaller resolution fills up the whole screen, and then as the screen gets wider, there's blank space over on the right side. Okay, and you can contrast that with the fluid layout, which is on the right of that diagram. Again, there's 3 columns, and it's divided out and shows the 3 pictures of the screen sizes as they get wider. Those columns adjust and get wider along with the screen. Okay, so that's what we're talking about here. We're going to start off with the home page, and before we start, I just wanted to open up this pc_home.html in a browser just to see what it looks like before we apply any of the layout designs. This is a website about chocolates, so I hope y'all aren't hungry because these look delicious. So here's the screen. This is our navigation. It's just going down the left. All of this is just stacked on top of each other with no real layout. Okay, so that's what it looks like in the beginning. I'm just going to minimize this. So we need to open up the pc_home.css page. Okay, so in the body styles, my first style is going to be applied to the body. We're going to have a max width of 960 pixels. Notice there's no space between the number and the px for pixels. We have a min width, a min. Minimum width is 640 pixels, and then we just have a width of 95%. Okay, and what this is doing is the web page width is 95% of the browser window. Okay, and this browser window is going to range from 640 pixels to 960 pixels. Alright, down in the body header styles, we have body, header, img for image. Now I had a question this week about what these symbols mean, and it's a parent-child relationship. So if you want to look at the body being the grandfather, the header being the parent of image. Okay, so that's what that means. For this display block, and width is 100%. Okay, that width 100% just sets the width of the logo, which is what this is, to 100% of the page body. Okay, and the page body is defined up above it. Alright, so I'm going to save this, and I'm going to look at my page in the browser, and I'm going to refresh this. Alright, so it adjusted a little bit. It became more narrow on my screen. Okay, back to Notepad++. We're going to add some more things in the body. And I'm going to put this above max width. It doesn't matter the order. The book likes to put things in alphabetical order, so I'm okay with that. So we're going to have a margin left, auto, and margin right, auto. Okay, this forces the block elements to be horizontally centered within their parent. Alright, so the next thing we're going to look at is floating page content. Similar to floating pictures in Word, remember you can float left, float right, and it moves the picture. Okay, so back to Notepad++. Okay. So in the navigation, let me pull this page up really quick. In the navigation, you have 5 links. This is what we're going to float. Okay, and we're going to float so it's all lined up nice and pretty. All right. So we are under this body header image. I'm going to say body header, nav dot horizontal navigation LI. Capitalization matters. Remember we looked at that in the other video. Width is going to be 20% because there's 5 of them, right? So you add up 20% 5 times and you get 100%. Alright, then down in the horizontal navigation styles, we're going to say nav dot horizontal LI display block float left. Okay, so this should make a block. All of these line items should be a block and they all should float left. Okay. Alright, so let's preview this in browser. Okay, so here it shows my navigation. This is all floating left, okay, which doesn't really make sense if you just look at it. But if you think about it, this is floated to the left and it's taking up this space. So you float the next one to the left and it's taking up this space, okay? Then so just imagine them going vertically, okay? You flip this one to the left. Well, it can't go here, and it can't go here because those are taking up space, so it has to go here. Okay, on down the line. And we set them to 20%, so they are spaced evenly across. All right, page 186 has me back on my CSS page, and I'm going to set a style for the hyperlinks. So nav dot horizontal navigation A for the hyperlinks. Okay, this is going to be display block and text align center. All right, I'm going to save it, flip back over, refresh my page. And it centers.